Dear friends, many of the modern apologetic Muslim scholars will try to tell you about the amazing, miraculous revelations in the Quran. And they will engage mental gymnastics and will concoct newer meanings of Quranic words, trying to claim that Quran is an everlasting, miraculous revelation. But Quran is heavily influenced by paganism, Christianity, Judaism, Zoroastrianism, even by Hinduism. If someone studies religious anthropology of that region and then deciphers Quranic verses like I did and studies religious, at least Islamic historiography, things will become clearer. Today I'm going to discuss about the apologetic claim that Quran claims or explains to us that the sun has its own orbit and goes round the earth. So many of the apologetic Muslim scholars will claim that Quran is saying things many centuries ago which scientists are just finding out today. Amazingly, some Islamic scholars of today will even tell you that what James Webb telescope is finding, Quran foretold that many centuries ago. Really? So let's check it out. And one of the verses I'm going to discuss today is Surah or chapter 21, verse 33. That is Surah Al-Anbiya or chapter Al-Anbiya, verse 33. I'll read it in Arabic. It says, وَهُوَ الَّذِينَ خَلَقَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ كُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ. Okay, the modern day translation of this verse is, and it is he who created the night and the day and the sun and the moon. And, okay, let's forget the and, all in an orbit. Again, this is not all, but the exact translation will be each, kullun. And then in an orbit, orbit, are swimming. Now, they translated the word falakin as orbit, and yasbahun they translated as swimming. Rather, the exact translation or the historical translation of the word yasbahun will be floating. And the historical translation of the word falakin is a ship or a vessel or a boat. And Quran confirms that, because if you try to find the use of this word falakin in other verses, even of the Quran, you will see it is translated as ship or vessel or boat. For example, chapter 2, verse 164, chapter 7, verse 64, chapter 10, verse 22, chapter 10, verse 73, chapter 11, verse 37, chapter 11, verse 38, chapter 14, verse 32, chapter 16, verse 14, chapter 17, verse 66, chapter 22, verse 65, chapter 23, verse 22, chapter 23, verse 27, goes on. Chapter 23, verse 28, chapter 26, verse 119, chapter 29, verse 65, chapter 30, verse 46. I can go on. So the word falakin on all those verses were translated as a boat. But amazingly, the apologetic Muslim scholars translated this one, 2133, because it sounds absurd in modern science, as orbit. It's not orbit, it's boat, my dear friends. And why do I think that it is boat? Because of the etymology of the word, use of the word in other verses of the Quran, and also because I believe that Quran is, as I said at the beginning of this video, that Quran is heavily influenced by paganism, ancient Arab religions and ancient Egyptian religion. So, okay, to prove that, I will take you to a Wikipedia page for ease of reference. You can read it up in other books of ancient Egyptian gods and goddesses. But let's share the screen. Share the screen. Okay. Here, Hathor. Hathor was a major goddess in ancient Egyptian religion, as you can read. Yeah, it's very clear. Was a major goddess in ancient Egyptian religion who played a wide variety of roles. As a sky deity, she was the mother and consort of the sky god Horus and sun god Ra, both of whom were connected with kinship, and thus she was the symbolic mother of their earthly representatives, the pharaohs. Okay, very good. Now let's just scroll down. Here, sky goddess. In this paragraph, let's read. Hathor was given epithets, mistress of the sky and mistress of the stars, and was said to dwell in the sky with Ra and other sun deities. Egyptians thought of the sky as a body of water through which the sun god sailed, and they connected with the waters from which blah 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 blah. So here, Egyptians thought of the sky as a body of water through which the sun god sailed, and they connected with it, blah blah blah. So now you know what 2133 of the Quran is in fact referring to. I personally believe the Quran was never even written down as a single book. Quran was never revealed as a single book. Rather, Quran is a collection of various manuscripts from various religious scriptures. It was concocted, I think, in the 9th century, and it went on to add some more pages until the 11th, almost the 10th, early 10th, late 10th century. So it was never meant to be a book, and there are so many evidences which I'm providing you in my various lectures, that Quran is a collection of various manuscripts from various eras, from various geographical locations. And the language of the Quran and the Arabic used in the Quran and many things bear proof to my claims. So 2133 explained today is another evidence that Quran is nothing but rather a concocted book of lies and deceptions. Thank you for listening.